Hi folks, my name is Jim Wilson. I am the founder and general manager of Jim Wilson and Associates. We are the designer and the manufacturer of our new product we're introducing to the market by the name of PestGuard Watergate. And I'm here to kind of explain what we have to offer, as well as do a installation so that we can show the exact way that our product would be installed on a particular project. Presently we're at a homeowner's pool cage in Crystal River, and they have a particular problem in the corner of their screen enclosure where water stands, and they have a problem with it exiting, and we're going to see if we can't solve that. There's a number of ways we can do that. We have a few samples here I'd like to go through. First of all, I'd like to explain what we have as far as the PestGuard Watergate itself. This is an item that we designed and have a patent pending on, as well as a design patent, and it's designed to allow water to drain without physical intervention by human beings. So, having said that, I'll go into the various applications. Normally, in an application such as this, we would be going with a situation of putting this Watergate into the existing base channel of the screen enclosure. As an example, this is what we would be using. It's a sample of the 1x2 that's at the base of the screen enclosure. It has two Watergates, one on the inside and one on the outside. You raise the Watergate to clean the deck, and you close it down to keep your pests such as snakes, frogs, and larger pests out of the screen enclosure. An idea came up for my wife. Well, what are we going to do in a situation where a high-rise or an apartment building on say, second story and up, they want to have a gate in their screen wall? Well, to explain that, we need to back up a little bit and say that on a screen wall installation on a condo or an apartment building, the screen wall is built from the inside. Two factors. One, very hard to get to from the outside and dangerous. And two, it's by code, it has to be screened on the inside. And in that particular situation, the one that we're going to use here, the insert we're going to use here, would not work because of the fact that even if you were able to put it in, you couldn't screen it because it's screened from the outside. So we designed another insert which goes on the inside of a screen wall, where the screen spline is on the inside, the gate is on the inside, and the exterior still has the slot in it for drainage. The only thing you need to do is raise the inside gate, and that's it, and close it when you're done. All these inserts are designed to drain right down to the deck. You don't have anything to block the water, and even in a closed condition, they will drain. An interesting side note to this I would like to go into just a little bit, and I noticed in the example here at this pool cage, there are holes been drilled into the base channel of the pool enclosure to let the water out. That's a normal practice. I see that a lot in pool enclosures. The problem is that those fill up with dirt soon, and they soon clog. And I found another thing out too. When we were designing this Watergate, the engineer relayed to me that in the process of draining water, if you try to drain water through a round hole, you have a problem with the water not draining because static pressure holds the water and won't let it go. The only way you can get water to drain effectively through a round hole is to eliminate the bottom or the top of the hole and make it elongated. So that's why we have a design that is elongated hole at the bottom, so water will flow freely and not be stopped up by the static pressure on the gate itself. If you look closely, you can see that when the holes were drilled, some of the holes go down to the deck, most of them are above the deck. And that means that the water, even if they were going to drain effectively, the water would have to rise to that level before it would go out. So we've solved that problem by going with the elongated hole on our water gate. We're going to be taking this screen out, it's already in process now, so that we can get to the 1x2 channel on the bottom. We don't need to take it all the way out, but we do need room so that we can cut the bottom channel. Because of the berm in back, we need to cut a section out so we can install the proper drain at in this area.
Just removing the spline on either side just to get the screen to come up a little bit so it won't be in the way.
So what are you going to do now, Dan?
Now I'm going to remove the T-bolts, and we're going to prop this up and get this, looks like somebody already tried to drill some holes for drainage as well. We'll remove these and we'll replace these with some quick sets. Just ceramic coated type quick sets.
Dan, does that have anything to do with the structural integrity of the pool cage?
The screws themselves?
Yeah, as far as uplift or anything along.
Oh, absolutely. We got to keep this thing fastened down securely.
And you have to do something, what, next to the uprights, you have to do anything special?
We're supposed to have, we just need to actually replace the ones that are there for the existing on a structure like this, but anything new, of course, you'd have to have them within 6 inches of each upright. Let's pop this open, lift these up. Then from here, what we need to do is we'll grab us a tape measure, locate the exact spot where you want to install this at, and we will cut either side and drop this thing into place. We'll spin this around, spline groove to the back side. We're going to cover that up to there. We're going to measure the distance of the openings that we're going to be needing. Prop that up. That's when we're going to let's help stabilize it. We'll just cut this off nice and easy right here. Removed. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the outside gate that's already been notched and allow for water flow. What we do is remove it for a reason so we can go ahead and rerun our spline back in here to accept the screen on the outside of the structure here. Then we'll put this into place, get everything straightened up and lined up, make sure our tracking is still in the correct spots. This is just tying everything back together, basically, is what it's doing. Now, on the corners and clips, as you can see in the corners, they have those heavier 1/8 inch angles for the support with the quick set going down through them. Here in the field, between the bays, you will not. This is the old bolts that were underneath the T-bolts. What we're doing is we're going to remove those so we can put us a new quick set right next to them is all we're doing here in this application. Now with these quick sets here, these are ceramic coated and these are designed for the chlorine and everything else to withhold and withstand that for a lot longer period of time. I'm going to pre-drill this slot here for the new quick set.
Quick set. Okay. Code approved?
Code approved. Everybody approved. Alright, we'll do it now. I don't like having to drill extra holes in between because then it looks like it's kind of a mess after a time. Too many holes, too many slots. Try to use the same ones. Solid as a rock. I'm going to run the spline back into place. what we did was we're going to add a little washer to the back of this one here just to keep it off the screen. Instead of using the 9/16 tech screw, we jumped it up to a number 10, which is 3/4 inch long. That way it has a little bit more to bite into the aluminum. Same 1/4 inch head. There we go. Reason why we put that washer there is just to give it a little bit of distance between the screen and the water gate itself. That way when lifting the gate and lowering the gate, it doesn't tear the screen.
After installation of the PestGuard water gate, we flooded the area with a hose. With the gates down, the PestGuard water gate still allows the water to drain, but at a slower speed. But when we opened the gates, the corner drained very fast.
There she goes. Now she's flowing out. You can see it all flowing right back. It's all receding. It's already dried up.
Sure works. Good design there, Jim.
Ever since we had this lanai put in, we've had a real water problem when it rained heavily. The water would pool up in the corner to quite a depth. I would have to sweep it out with a broom. The dirt would accumulate. It was a real mess. Then I heard about the water gate, which is an innovative device that allows the water to drain quickly from the lanai. The installation was quick and easy. The first time it rained heavily, I was astounded at how fast the water drained from the pool area. I would happily recommend this device to anyone that had a water problem in their lanai or pool area.
Well, we've always had a drainage problem around our pool area here, and the water would accumulate over in the corners every time it rained, every time I pressure washed. It was a big mess in the corners. And I heard about the PestGuard water gate, and I was skeptical, but I had a few of them installed, and it has absolutely cleared up the problem totally. And I would recommend the PestGuard water gate to anyone. It's easy to use. When I pressure wash or after it rains, all I do is open up the guards, and the water just exits right out, and you can wash out the little bit of debris that may accumulate. And it keeps our lanai a lot cleaner. If you have a patio or lanai with a drainage problem, the PestGuard water gate is the answer. It's good to know the PestGuard water gate is guaranteed UV ray protected against getting brittle in the sun. If the ABS plastic ever breaks for any reason, it will be replaced free of charge. To arrange installation, contact us at info@pestguardproducts.com or call area code 352-212-0594.